Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
You were so high.
This is such a good episode of The Traitors. I'm so pumped. Hi, I'm Jen.
I'm Neal. I forgot my name there for a second.
I watched the confusion in your eyes. We're in a relationship. We're millennials. I'm Canadian.
I'm American. Olympics. That's why I had to say it.
I can't believe you just broke our script.
I'm United Statesian.
But we won't hold it against you.
If I said you had a nice body, would you hold it against me?
We watch reality TV, but obviously we have to talk about the Olympics. Here's the thing. If you've been following us for a while...
This applies to the Traitors, though, because there's a connection.
Yeah. Our relationship is basically built on the 2020 election and shit-talking each other over the Olympics.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all I got. So that's why it's relevant. The opening ceremonies are tonight.
The 2018 Olympics.
Well, yeah, but also...
was when it started with the curling.
But also summer 2020.
Yes,
Wait,
yes.
no. Yes, right? Yeah.
That's how that works.
Every 2 years.
Yes.
But each one every 4 years.
Right.
So Canadians we really care about the Winter Olympics. Like, I don't know if you know that about us, but like...
A?
I just said that. To be funny.
Okay.
Did you think...
I thought you were going to do a list like A.
That's the funniest thing that's ever happened to us. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm like, wait, are we incompatible? Because sometimes we misunderstand each other. But I just think it's that...
Here we go.
I'm very misunderstandable, and you are very... you misunderstand very easily.
Yes. I'm a very literal person.
I'm dumb, I promise. I don't think you're dumb, not for 1 second of the minute. Of this minute or any other minute that has existed or ever will exist.
You're big into the Olympics. Specifically the winter, because Canada has snow.
Hockey.
Hockey.
Sum it up. Canada has snow. Hockey. My province's mixed. My province. Well, it's country. That's why. Oh, right. We can just talk about it. Okay. My country's. Canada's mixed doubles team just lost their first game today.
To the U.S.?
Is that who they were?
I'm 99% sure they were playing the U.S. today.
Is that the only game they were playing? Because they lost this morning.
I might have gotten it mixed up with hockey, but I'm pretty sure I saw that it was...
They had a wicked win over Italy, and Italy beat them in the last Olympics. Our Canadian mixed doubles didn't medal last Olympics. We screwed up in the Olympics. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. The U.S. beat us. In curling.
In mixed double. Or what, in 2018?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the frickin' BBQ dad.
Yeah, but they haven't been the same since, so...
I don't mind them. I love that they're just a bunch of, like...
But they're not the team that's in...
No, that's so sad.
That is sad.
So, like, if you don't know anything about the Olympics, you have to, like, qualify. So, listen, you take that for granted because you're in the sports world. As someone who came from a world where even though my dad is like deeply, deeply invested in sports in general and knows more than anyone I know than probably you probably give him a run for it. You definitely know more than him.
I mean, current, yes.
Current, oh gosh, yes. As far as knowledge in general, no, he'd swipe the floor with you. Swipe the floor with you? Wipe the floor with you? Sweep the floor with you? Anyway, I don't really think about most times how they got there, like how it was decided. But like for curling, that's all been on TV in the meantime. Yeah. You know, like not all the sports have aired on TV for qualifying. Like in your average day, I can't turn on and find a snowboarding competition. All those qualifiers are happening behind the scenes.
Right.
That's my point.
Yes. And then we've had the prelims for curling and hockey all week.
Right.
So the Olympics actually started on Tuesday, right? Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah. So if you don't care about sports, we're going to talk about Traitors.
Traitors USA Season 4, Episode 8. We're actually watching
Ireland
now, and it is nuts bananas.
it's good.
All the traitors hate each other.
And they're very bad.
Like,
literally at the last roundtable we watched, I gotta give you this spoiler because I was scrolling on my phone, which, like, usually I don't do if it's a show I really, really love. Sometimes I will battle in Pokemon, though, and that does distract me a little bit. But Neal turns to me, he said, "Did you just hear that?" And I said, "No." And he rewinds it, and one of the faithful sitting at the round table literally clocks all 3 traitors and explains exactly what's happening. She's like, "It seems like the 2 of you are traitors, and you're going against him, and then she's the 3rd traitor, and you 2 are ganging up on him to throw him under the bus because you want to get him out because you can't work with him as a traitor." Yeah. And that's literally what's happening. The 3 people, like, so they must have made their argument at the round table so obvious that everyone's like, oh, this is just the 3 traitors. The way I described it was like, you know, you can, like, you have coworkers who you like, and coworkers who you coexist with, and coworkers who you just really can't work with them. 2 of the traitors were arguing like they were coworkers who couldn't get along. The only reason you would have to be that close is if you're both traitors.
Yes.
That's a little bit what I was afraid of here with Candace. To be clear, we haven't gotten to the end of this episode. It's the episode where Rob and Candace are going after each other.
Episode 8.
The competition is the one where a team has to read a description of a painting without ever seeing it. Then with their bodies, like the 4 people on the team, have to recreate the picture. And the 3 people up in the attic with pictures have to match it. So it's stuff like a cow being milked and like a person like galloping in on a horse and crying medieval children.
Yes, and they do a great job.
They do, except like they only get 4 out of 6, but like one team, all 3 of their actions, the attic got it. So it's not even like the attic people were bad. They went 3 for 3 with the other team. They just got mixed up twice. But again, you have to keep in mind that the people enacting couldn't see the picture.
Yes.
So they do this really dramatic arguing, but that's what F's it up, because in the actual picture, it's just like the traitors in robes, like, talking. They should have emphasized, they should have had robes in some way.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the round table. We haven't gotten to the voting yet.
Let's
I know
preface.
You want to start at the beginning.
Well, no, we can do the round table. I just want to do a quick preface.
Okay.
So Candace is super upset with Rob that he led the charge to get rid of Lisa.
Yeah.
And she murders Colton because of it.
So they get up to the turret, and of course, because now Lisa's gone, if you haven't watched the last episode, you need to go watch it. Lisa Rinna gets voted out. Colton and Rob are both, yes, I would say, leading the charge. But Colton has been pushing the idea. And Rob, I know there's been a lot of controversy of Rob didn't need to turn on Lisa. He should have never done that. His argument is, if I was playing a faithful game, this is exactly what I would do right now.
And
right? So, like, I'm trying to look like I'm Colton's friend because I'm Colton's friend.
If a guy or a girl, in this case Lisa Rinna, if she has chosen to sink, you don't throw her a life raft.
Well, you don't go down with her.
Yes, that too.
You could throw her a life raft.
Not in the Traitors.
But not if you're not going to get in the life raft. Wait,
I think
the boat sinking?
I think I screwed that up to begin with. Whatever the expression is.
Well, I think I'm drowning now. I'm afraid that people are going to take this as Candace having a hard time with a coworker, Rob being the coworker.
She's doing this to herself.
I do. I was afraid she was going to sink him, but the more she talked, the more people were like, oh my gosh, this is stupid. Because here's the thing. Candace's argument was she goes after Rob for one thing, which after last week, oh, and this was the other thing, right? This finishes the internet argument. The other half of the internet are saying, like, we sided with Rob. The other half is saying, Rob never works with women. What a POS. He's getting pissed at Candace for voting for him, but he voted for Lisa. Two entirely different situations. She randomly throws out a vote for Rob, which she calls a throwaway vote, and now we're here sitting at the round table, and that's who she's throwing out there. Which I know we have a long story to get there, but, like, now you look bad because you called it a throwaway vote, but now here is all of my evidence, my, like, gathered evidence of why it is Rob.
Which
one round table later.
Isn't good evidence to begin with.
Well, her argument is, did you lead the charge against Lisa? I think Rob was using Colton as a puppet. She then also calls Colton Rob's beard. So, like, not great.
Not great.
Candace, choose your words. We got real mad at Michael Rappaport. I mean, I know his intention is quite different and his delivery is quite different. So, we shall not compare those. So she says, yeah, you were the one, so were you the one who thought Lisa and then got Colton to convince everyone of it? But from the outside, that just looks like, well, even if that was true, that's just Rob, a faithful, using Colton as a faithful, you know? Or, like, the way I described it to you is that realistically, in that relationship, Colton would be the bottom. So, like, even if it was Rob leading the charge, it was just two bros voting the same way. And Rob completely defends himself so well. He's like, Colton brought it up the first day. We both voted for her that night, which is what he gets to use, which we thought it was such a good move to vote for Lisa, even though Lisa didn't go, and it turned both the girls against him, but it was the right move, because then he got to sit there and say, I voted for Lisa with Colton on the first night. She didn't go. So I came up to Colton, my friend, another faithful, the next day and said, I think you're right. Let's go after Lisa. I will help you today. I will, like, convince people too because I think you're right.
And also, getting back to Candace's point about Colton being used, no one can watch this season and tell me that anyone is using, like, Colton is
great
the
point.
leader.
Right.
Everyone said it. Like,
he was the king of the faithfuls,
yes.
Yet somehow still had suspicion on him, and that's who you wanted to vote out. So, like, let's just rewind. We're up in the turret. Lisa is gone. Ellen comes in, mentions the tension between them, because she's pissed at Rob for getting rid of Lisa, but Rob is quietly pissed. He's more pissed at us than he is to her. He stays pretty stoic,
yes.
Typical stone-faced Rob to her, right? Because she has just voted for him now. Like, thrown his name out there. Why even put that hand out into the universe? Alan comes in, acknowledges the tension, says, according to the rules of the game, you can now recruit or seduce or murder tonight. There was no way they were going to come to an agreement about recruiting someone as a traitor.
No.
So, Rob apparently is more... He pushed more for not seducing, or at least that was his argument. He's like, I pushed more, so, like, I'll leave the murder up to you. Because I chose to murder tonight, you can choose who to murder. Fucking Rob.
He's a master at this game.
But give Candace her credit. We don't know whether or not she goes home. We're thinking she does. That's our prediction. Give her credit. She completely clocked him. And I can't wait to talk about that. But okay, we're back in the turret. So she starts throwing out names. She says Steven, because, like, he's a good faithful, and it doesn't put any suspicion on us. They consider then Colton. And Rob is like, well, Colton's my BFF, so I wouldn't like that. And Candace is like, here's why it would be good for me. And then Natalie. And they say, well, that's not a very good idea because there's still smoke on Natalie. Like, people think it could still be her. Which I think you have to keep the rest of the gamers around.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get rid of Natalie now in case it like, that's an argument you can circle back to, like we always talk about. If a certain group of people, like from a certain type of show, make up, say, 25% of your cast, aka housewives, then you have to assume that there's one. So they're in the turret. Rob, whoa, I couldn't get his name out of my brain. Holy crap, I'm fried. Rob says you can murder. So then, of course, we go to breakfast where knock, 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 everyone comes in. Much to everyone's shock, Candace has murdered Colton.
Big mistake.
Huge. I can't. And at first, you must be saying, I can't believe he let her do this. Talking about Rob letting Candace murder his BFF. But he comes to us while they're in the turret deciding, and he quotes Mark Twain and says, I have information, and if Candace is going against me, then I'm not going to give her that information. And the information is that Colton had thrown her name around to multiple people. Obviously, if you're a traitor, you tell the other traitor that, and then you don't murder that person because it'd be too obvious.
Right.
But she genuinely doesn't know that her name has been thrown around. And Rob makes the conscious decision, we know it's conscious because he's talking to us, to not tell her that piece of information, and then lets her murder Colton.
Yep.
So then the next day, he literally gets to sit down with the faithfuls and say, the last name Colton told me was Candace. And now look how convincing that seems, because Colton truly was the king of the faithfuls. He nailed 2 out of 3 traitors so far, and now this is the next name he's going to say. It is a bada boom bada bing.
Yes. Yeah. So, then she confronts Rob right before the round table and about the whole thing.
That is such a good conversation. If you post anything on our Instagram from this episode, it needs to be a screenshot of that sit-down conversation. They're both so good. I take it back, producers. I called this like the worst traitor pick of all time. I am bowing down.
Well, here's the thing. Again, we think she's a goner.
Oh, yeah.
Rob is the most social capital in this game now that Colton is gone. So here's what she should have just...
He already had more before Colton. He was already in the lead.
Here's what she should have just done. Go for Natalie.
100%. That's what she should have done last week. She should have played like Rob and laid the groundwork of, we voted for Natalie, but we didn't have enough votes. And then in typical faithful fashion, they follow that trail of breadcrumbs. Like, they can't let it go. They don't move on. They say, oh, no, well, then it must be Natalie. So now Rob can do that next episode if he wants to. That buys him another episode.
She's playing with her emotions, and Rob, as he explains, is disconnected from the game. He knows it's...
this beautiful moment where he says... It's called the Traitors. And he's looking at her with his smirky, beautiful, dark hair and blue eyes. And he's like being smug AF.
Oh, yes.
But she looks at him and she asks him. She said, I've heard that people are saying my name. Who is saying my name? And Rob says, I've basically heard everyone say your name. And then I think she gives him a little more information. And she says, when did you hear that Colton said it? And he said, this morning. Why? He asks why. He makes her explain herself. This whole back and forth is psychological warfare, and it's so good. And she says, because if you'd heard from Colton or heard that Colton was going after me before this morning, if you knew about it last night and you let me murder him and got to just use the, oh, well, that's not what I want, but go ahead. Which is exactly what he did. Oh, well, I pushed for there to be a murder, so you go ahead and murder. Well, Colton is my bestie, but if you insist, she completely clocks him on it. She's like, if that's what you did, and he again, Smirky McSmirkerson, oh my God, what a beautiful, they're two just beautiful people standing off against each other, being like, it'd be a real shit thing if you did this. And he's there saying, yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh.
And
he's just also casually eating the whole time, is important to say.
But this is the crazy part. Again, we mentioned she could have just gone for Natalie. She could just have gone for Steven. I think she could have swayed.
Yes. Other people were on him.
Yes.
She could have jumped onto any theory and helped promote it because she is very well spoken.
Yeah, but she's too...
But she just had bad evidence for Rob. Okay, yes, because this is what I wanted to circle back to. Here's the thing. If people knew Rob was a traitor, and if she would have to ruin the show, she would have to reveal that they were both traitors in order to explain what she means. What she's explaining at the round table is, Rob was convincing Colton to vote out Lisa. Her real argument is because Rob, this is the end of the sentence, ... because Rob couldn't do it himself because he was a traitor and so is she. That's the real argument is, did you say Lisa's name first and you were using Colton because you didn't want to be on Lisa's bad side, you couldn't be the person who first brings it up. You didn't want to be the first traitor to make the first move. You were using Colton. Fine. Maybe in some way he was. That makes his game even better. And the fact that you can't make that argument without saying, I know that was a traitor betraying a traitor and trying to use someone else to do it. You can't say that. So it just looks like the weakest argument of all time. You're just mad that they're bros.
So if and when she gets banished, I don't even think this really screams traitor versus traitor.
I hope not. I hope you're right.
Because of the arguments you were just talking about.
Yeah.
So we'll see if, a bunch of these faithfuls are probably too stupid to...
Oh my gosh. At least Tara has a segment in this episode where she talks about how bad she is at the game. God love them. You need to sprinkle a bit of that in.
Yes. But
bit of what's going on here.
I really don't think this would be not like if you watch Traitors Ireland, where it's very clearly traitor versus traitor versus traitor.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. I think she's a goner. She's played too emotionally this episode. She did a great job clocking Rob's maneuvering. He outmaneuvered the heck out of her.
Such a good scene. Yeah, and now she's realizing it one step too late.
Yep.
Calls him out on it, and they have a wicked...
But again, she...
coded, unsaid conversation.
He is so liked in that castle that she didn't stand a chance.
But she, who said it? Johnny was like, he's so hot I can't even look at him. That's why they think he's a faithful. Right. Because they can't look him in the eye because he's too beautiful.
We'll see if Dorinda votes for her. But even Dorinda was questioning her this episode.
Yes, she's like, now that I know it was Lisa, and I felt like me and Lisa were just having a girls' trip. Dorinda was truly... You can't think Dorinda is a traitor now.
No.
Because she was truly, shocked at Lisa being a traitor. Okay, let's go...
finish the episode.
See if Candace goes home, and then we'll be right back for our closing remarks.
Well, and if she is gone, we'll see who he recruits.
How much time is left?
15 minutes.
Ooh.
Be right back.
BRB. We're back.
We're back. What an almost clean sweep.
Literally.
Except for Natalie's throwaway vote on...
For Tara! Tara doesn't know where she is. She couldn't be a traitor. Also, the picture of Tara next to Johnny's nightstand. This is the first time you noticed it. I think they've shown it before. Candace is gone.
She done got the boot.
Everyone's freaking out. Everyone's so happy. They got everyone. Dorinda voted for her. So it's if you convince the other housewife,
And Johnny had...
her, BFF in the house. And Tara was crying voting for her. Dorinda said thank God when she was a traitor because, they were going to feel like crap if she wasn't.
Yeah. And then...
So we go back. This is what I love. that would kind of feel like the end of an episode if you had to, like, follow the formulaic,
Right.
like, someone gets voted out and the episode ends. I love that they go back to the mansion for, like, drinks.
Yeah.
And to, like, decompress and talk about it. I think that's when you do your best scheming. That and, like, breakfast time, which is, like, an inquisition in itself.
Right. And no one thinks it's Rob.
Still.
Still.
And it's just because he's so charming. He freaking picks Eric and Maura up at the same time, like, in either arm. Like, he's just a Hottie McHotterson. Sorry, he's stealing the show.
Yes, and you'd think maybe someone would bring up Traitor on Traitor, but no.
He says it to us. He says, I know now. She just voted for me twice. It's only a matter of time before the suspicion's on me. Like, meanwhile, Q cut to Kristen being like, oh, no, it couldn't be Rob.
Yeah. And then
like,
everyone's
preposterous.
suspicious of Johnny. Because
they're like, and now it has to be a guy.
Right. There's still Mark, Johnny, Steven, Eric, and Rob.
Yeah.
So now 50% of them are males. And you've eliminated 3 traitors and they've all been females. So it has to be a guy.
Right, so we basically just see people talk about how they think it's Johnny. A little bit still on how it's Steven. You made a good point that... Because now Rob is required to recruit, right? So we go to the turret. Rob's there by himself. You made a good point that it's too bad there isn't a guy gamer left.
Yeah, like
that would be the
this
ideal
would have been the
recruitment.
perfect time to recruit Jam Jam.
Right, but it stands to reason that there wouldn't be someone left like that by now, because when there are so many people who play with their emotions, they vote out the gamers, and there were so many housewives. But yes, your point, you definitely circle back to it's a guy now.
Yeah.
But they think it's Johnny because Johnny and Candace were BFFs. To me, it should absolve the BFF, because you would never get closest to another traitor if you were a traitor. Even if you just got on like you were soulmates, you still got to play it cool. And like they didn't play it cool. Rob is the ultimate playing it cool.
I'm shocked that no one was going, like, instead of it wasn't Steven and they went to Johnny. Like, Steven still should have been on top. I thought he was going to get at least 1 vote.
Yeah.
And
it didn't look like Candace wrote down Rob. They showed her writing. There was definitely an A, but she voted for Rob.
Yes.
They also did the reveal so that Rob would be the deciding vote. So, like, they 100% did that on purpose. Like, counted, okay, how many would we know for sure? This is a question. Did he really talked her up like the intelligent, well-spoken, beautiful Candace? Was that too much? Was that a traitor being apologetic? Because someone called him out after the roundtable last week for saying sorry to Lisa. And it's like, do you say sorry because you're a traitor voting on another traitor?
I think that one was... I think it would have been worse if he had to explain his vote in terms of gameplay.
Well, all he would have to say is Colton brought up that name to me and he's been so right so far. He's my bro. Don't let me say bro anymore.
He could have said anything. No one's going to think he's a traitor.
It's amazing.
That's why I don't think Oh, spoiler alert.
No, just get to it.
He's talking to Alan about recruiting. At this point, they don't have a choice. Whoever he decides to recruit, they either die or are a traitor. Yeah. So he's like, okay, first up is Johnny, because he could be a sacrificial lamb since everyone thinks it's him.
Like, recruit him and literally throw him away the next episode.
Right. Then he's like, okay, it could be Eric, but he's smart. Would he do what I did to Candace and Lisa?
Why would he turn on me?
But again, I think he's so highly regarded by everyone that it wouldn't work and Eric would just get eliminated. Then he talks about Mark, but he already knows Mark would do anything he says, so there's no point. So he chooses, and mysterious that he didn't mention Steven, because I think he's going to throw out Steven next week. He chooses Eric, and Eric gets the note, And he's...
I'm wondering about the filming timing. Like, did he think the note was he was murdered, I wonder?
I bet he did, yeah.
Okay.
He opens the note, sees that he's invited to a secret meeting, and then he sees his name written by the traitor, and he's like, oh, I immediately know who it was, or who it is.
I know this handwriting.
It's Johnny.
Wrong to the end.
Yes, so then he goes down to the stone steps, and Rob takes his hood off, and Eric, like, his reaction is amazing.
It is one of genuine shock, which is so enjoyable to see someone feel shocked in, like, a big way.
Yes.
Like, he physically looked shocked.
Yes.
Which, to me, I hope the shock is, oh my gosh, you're doing such a good job. I want to work with you. I think they could get to the end.
Oh, yeah. No one's ever brought up... Well, no, Eric was brought up earlier in the season.
Yes.
But...
And then he had his goof where he was like, I'm 100% sure I heard Maura's laugh.
Yeah.
Or no, who's...
Tiffany's.
Yes, and got her voted out and was wrong.
So... Yeah,
Maura's footsteps.
I don't think Eric could afford to throw Rob under the bus. And I don't think Rob would want to do that to Eric.
That's what I mean. I hope he's recruited both. I hope Eric is like, oh my gosh, Rob's doing such a good job. It's like an honor to be a traitor with him. Let's do this thing. And I also hope Rob is being like, I recruited Eric because he's smart. I'm going to trust him. Let's see where this goes. I hope it's not he took Eric, but is going to try to pull a Johnny on him and turn everyone against him next episode. To me, that would look too suspicious.
Yes.
You all of a sudden throw a name out of nowhere, and you're right. Like, you're a traitor.
I think you have Johnny and Steven to throw to the wolves the next 2 banishments.
Oh, so
you murder the women.
Yeah.
You have to murder the women to help you out at the round table with vote numbers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I hate to say it.
Tara.
This is probably Tara's night to be murdered.
Well, no one gets murdered.
Oh, yeah, he said if Eric accepts, they go to the turret to murder somebody.
What? I thought you got to recruit but didn't get to murder.
That's an option when there are 2.
There's just too much. You can do it so that you can be up to 3.
And then there's no murder.
In lieu of.
Yes, but when there's only 1 traitor left, you have to recruit. And you get a murder.
We've watched so much of this, and I'm, just learning. Well, because it only happens 2 or 3 times a season.
Yes. Usually, everyone's so bad, you don't get down to 1 traitor during the season.
Yeah, true. Sometimes.
Occasionally. Could happen in Ireland coming up here. We'll see. Some news. They're about to lock in the cast for season 5 of the U.S. Traitors. It's going to be celebrities. And then they are working on the cast for the first U.S. Traitors All-Star season.
So returning players.
Yes, returning players, which have been mentioned in the article I read. Suri and Ari from season 1 is an example. Season 2. I don't remember who was in season 2.
Just throw out the names that you remember.
Boston Rob.
Is that the rumor?
Yes. Man, now I'm forgetting all the players. There was a bunch of season 3 people. And then season 4, they specifically mentioned Lisa Rinna and Alligator Rob.
Really?
Yes.
I think, you said it. You automatically would love it because it's people who have played before.
Yeah.
So there's no one who genuinely doesn't know the game or
you're probably going to do
the game.
21, 22 people, so you're going to take people from all 5 seasons then.
This is the perfect timing for All-Stars, I think.
Oh yeah, you take 4 from each season.
Delicious. Let's go have a snack. I'm still kind of full.
I'm a little full. Yeah, we got to watch the opening ceremonies.
Oh, you're right. Oh, guys. Let's watch the Olympics and pretend that the world is happy for a little while. Please don't boo the Americans. Apparently that's a statement that had to be said in some, like, stadiums and stuff. They need our support now more than ever.
Whoa.
Well, you can say that as a big say as an American, but, like, facts are facts.
Facts.
Okay, I need water. Guys, please go watch the Traitors. Please listen and like and subscribe and share and come back because I love talking to you. Bye.